We'll let you take both of them off. Joined now by Southern Miss. We will we'll have an opening statement from Coach Berry, then take questions from the student athletes, dismiss the student athletes, and then have questions for Coach Berry. Coach, go ahead.
Okay. Well, we obviously ran into a very good Arkansas team tonight, which we knew going in, and Murphy really pitched well. I thought that he mixed his pitches, used both sides of the plate, and really was in control of us. And offensively, we hadn't been held down that way for a long time this year. So, I feel like that's how good he really pitched. So, but I was proud of the way our guys battled there at the end. We didn't go away quietly. Certainly, they made a decision to go in the pen and save him a little bit, but we did have some good at bats there, and were able to scratch for a couple runs and take that 0 off from there. Defensively, Stevie, he just didn't command the secondary, I think, and Arkansas had that momentum going. Of course, the atmosphere with however many thousand people were there really energized, their hitters, and it really showed. So, we've been in this situation before. Last Saturday, a week ago, with Charlotte hit us for a loss that night. We had to come back and play the next day, and certainly had to win 2 the next day, with the second being a championship. But tomorrow we need to win 2 to get to Monday. So, but we'll have to take the first game against Dallas Baptist before we can look ahead.
All right, questions for the student athletes, raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you.
Both guys, can you speak to what Murphy was throwing, how he looked tonight, and then the 9th inning, just getting some stuff going there?
I felt like Murphy was just was commanding the zone real well. It's not like we could just take our time through at bats, and because he was filling the zone up, and I thought we barreled some balls up just right at people, and it was game of momentum, like we said, like Coach Berry said, and they had the tempo. They punched us in the mouth, and we just didn't answer. But we're a resilient bunch, and I think we'll be just fine tomorrow.
Yeah, like Luke said, he was around the zone all night. So whenever a guy's doing that, it's hard to take him in deep into at bats. You just kind of got to work through counts and do whatever you got to do to extend his pitch count. And like Luke said, also we thought we had some pretty good, well-hit balls that were either right to somebody or ended up being a good play, and that just feeds into the momentum. And I think we're, like he said again, we're a resilient bunch, and I feel like we're just going to come out here tomorrow and got 2 good teams to beat that we got to take care of. So looking forward to getting out there again tomorrow.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, fellas, thanks. Questions for Coach Berry?
About defense, your left fielder made a really good one, and it looked like Arkansas made several. What did you think of the defensive plays tonight?
Well, they were really good plays. That ball was – it seemed like when the ball got up there above the lights, it was really traveling. But if it stayed down below the lights, it was holding up just enough for some really good outfielders to make some tremendous plays. I felt like that Arkansas had us really played well, particularly early in the game, took away some possible hits, some things that could have got some momentum going. Gabe is probably who you're talking about, our left fielder, that made a really nice play there. So, you don't know how momentum really kind of swings, but certainly there early in the game, when we did, I feel like, hit probably our hardest balls against Murphy, those guys were well played and played it well.
Coach, what did you make of the impact Carson Shaddy made in that second inning? I think he led the inning off with a walk and then had the triple later.
He's an energetic young man. I knew that. Of course, I competed against his dad in high school back several years ago. So, his dad was the same way, and I know he played here. So, you can just tell that he's a gamer. and he really competes both at the plate, defensively. He's kind of their guy that just really sparks them. I watched him out there on defense. He was the first guy to compliment somebody on a big play, and it wasn't with just his mouth from distance. I mean, he moved his feet to that guy to let him know. So he's a nice player, and they've got several of those on that team.
Hey, Coach, I just wonder who you were planning to start tomorrow. I guess, would it be Powell, or have you made a decision?
Yeah, we'll go with Walker Powell. That
Yeah.
will be our guy that we'll go against.
He's obviously
So-
pitching his hometown. What do you expect from him in that situation?
Well, I know he's probably excited and anxious to get out there, coming back home. So, we never know how that's going to play out. So, all we can do is if you're a player or coach, is ask for an opportunity, and then it's up to us to go out. But, I have total confidence in Walker. I hope he doesn't try to do more than he's capable of doing just because of the atmosphere and the surrounding. If he stays within himself, he'll do well.
Coach, just how tough was it for the environment tonight with Stevie?
That's the weird thing. I don't think it was. I didn't see him throwing balls in the dirt. I just did not see command of that secondary. They really hit a lot of fastballs in advantage counts, their counts, because he wasn't able to really command that breaking ball and that changeup. I wish he could have got that changeup a little bit more, and just to kind of offset that rhythm that they had. But they're a good hitting ball club. There's a fast twitch in their bat, and it can catch up to that fastball real quick. And, I think that's what we saw tonight.
Coach, over here to your right.
Yes.
In every game this weekend, every team scored at least 9 runs at least once, and then there have been a lot of home runs. Have you found this to be a friendly park offensively overall?
I'll tell you what, it flies out of here. And of course the wind's blowing a different direction today, but like yesterday, I really felt like anything down the lines had a chance to go out. And today we kind of we had a lot of left-handed hitters, so we kind of sliced the ball down the left corner. But it was kind of holding up, it seemed like, over there today, where yesterday it kind of went out. But I don't remember this park playing as small, I think, back several years ago as it seemed the past 2 days. But, yeah, the ball is really traveling. Yes, sir.
Is your catcher okay? And
He
you
is.
figure out what Dave's argument was there on the play at the plate?
Well, no, I think he was arguing that there was a possible obstruction where our catcher was in the baseline before the ball. I thought it was a clean play. I think, with the way that rule reads right now, it's all a judgment anyway. I know whenever you watch that NCAA video, it's so many feet before the plate, and we as coaches, I know we've kind of joked where you got to have a tape measure to make sure that it's that distance. So I thought it was a good clean play. Our guy did a great job, LaMarcus, of recognizing. I don't think he thought he was going, obviously, and they kept him going, and he made a strong throw, and I thought it was a good clean play. But he's fine. Yeah, we've got a long day tomorrow, so I wanted to get him some rest, so he'll be having a lot of work tomorrow.
I wonder how difficult is it to pitch to a team like Arkansas that's so good at going the opposite field?
It's pretty difficult whenever you can't command any kind of secondary and really just speed and slow them up. I think that's what you've got to do. Like I said, they're tremendous fast twitch hitters. They can get that bat through the zone. They can time that fastball up. Certainly, I think when you hit against their pitching staff all fall too, it kind of prepares you for what's ahead of you. But they're a very good offensive club, very athletic. They go from first to third, as good as anybody I've seen. So, they got a lot of momentum tonight, and rightfully so. We didn't do anything to keep that momentum from them, and they certainly capitalized on it, particularly in that 7-run inning.
Any more questions for Coach Berry? Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.